Hey y'all, welcome back to Cooking and Quiet. I am Tiana, aka Chef Dante, aka Tiana the Great, and today we're gonna change things up a little bit. I think the past 5 episodes we've been doing food, but today I want to do dessert, and it's a perfect time to do so, especially with Christmas coming up. For me, I love banana bread. I feel like it's the perfect warm dessert that you can have. Perfect warm dessert, and it also can be breakfast. It could be a snack, something that you just want to nibble on, but it's definitely one of my favorite quick breads to make. So let's go ahead and get started. So for this recipe, you're gonna need some pretty overripe bananas. And the reason that you want your bananas to look like this is because it releases its natural sweetness when it's like this. Really soft. You'll probably get a couple fruit flies here or there at your house, but I promise you it is worth it. Then we're gonna need some sour cream, butter, sugar, flour, oil. A lot of household ingredients goes into this banana bread. So first things first, preheat your oven at 350 degrees. I don't know about other people, but I write down my recipes because I'm sorry, it's kind of impossible for me to remember everything. So if you see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking at my recipe that I just wrote down. So let's go ahead and start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We talked about it before. I keep my flour on my counter because I use it so much it doesn't make sense to keep it in my pantry. 1 cup. 2 cups. And we're pretty much just doing our dry mixture right now. That does not include our sugars. Again, if you're new, if you hear noise, Cooking and Quiet is the name of the show. So I apologize in advance if you don't like noise. So to our 2 cups of all-purpose flour, we're gonna go in with 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and I think that's it for our dry ingredients. So we're gonna take our whisk, just mix that up real good and set it off to the side. Now, most of our moisture in this bread is coming from our bananas. Did you know that you can use a banana in replace of an egg? So you take the banana, and you put it one by one in our stand mixer. Please note that this can be done by hand if you have a hand mixer. If you don't have either of those items, you can do it old school and mash the bananas in a bowl with a fork, and then just mix everything by hand. See how soft that banana is? So we're gonna use about 3 or 4 of these. Ooh, that's super soft. That's 3. Here's 1 more. These bananas are also good if you want to cut them up and put them in a freezer. And you can make something that I call nice cream. Pretty much non-dairy ice cream using bananas. Some people are using the skin of the bananas now to make vegan bacon. It's kind of interesting. I don't think I would try it, but they doing that. So if y'all give it a try, let me know in the comments what it tastes like. And we're just mixing this up just until the banana starts to release a little bit of that moisture. And then we'll go in with our sugars. Okay. And to our bananas, we're gonna go in with 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. Oh, that was loud. I know it was. So this is half a cup. And then that's about 1/4 cup right there. Listen, cooks make mistakes too. Don't think that everything is peaches and cream and perfect in this kitchen, because honey, it is not. Okay. And then we're gonna add our 1/2 cup of brown sugar. This is a mixture of dark brown sugar and light brown sugar. And make sure that when you're measuring it, your cup is tightly packed. And if you don't have brown sugar, you can make your own. Take a little bit of granulated sugar, some molasses, mix it up real good, and you have yourself brown sugar. And we're going to mix again. And right now, my speed is on 1. It's so good already. Okay. Put that to the side. And then to our bananas, our sugars, once we have combined those really well, we're gonna add in our oil, sour cream, eggs, and vanilla. Let's start off with our 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Again, if you do not have a stand mixer, this can be done with a hand mixer, or it can be done by hand completely, using a fork and a whisk, and a spoon, obviously. Sour cream, 1/2 cup. This should be 1/2 cup. We're gonna see. I had never used the triple churn one before, but it's been just fine. So far, it's been just fine. Trying to get it all in there. Trying to make sure y'all can see it good. Can you see it? Okay. And pardon me while I grab some more sour cream. My sour cream measurement was completely off, but it's okay. Okay. And it don't gotta be name brand sour cream, y'all. It could be Walmart brand, Publix brand, whomever brand, as long as it's sour cream. And that is 1/2 cup of sour cream. Our 2 eggs, and our pure vanilla. Now, a lot of people like to use imitation vanilla. I'm okay with it, but for some items like your banana bread, it's just so much better to use actual vanilla. If you don't have any measuring cups, just do 1.5 capfuls, and that's more than enough vanilla for your recipe. And then the eggs are room temperature. And we're going to close it. Make sure you lock it and mix it on 2. Perfect name for the show today. Unless you're doing it by hand. And we just let that mix until it's nice and creamy. And once it's nice and creamy, then we'll add in our flour mixture. So we're mixing it for about a minute. And with any flour mixture, you don't just throw it in there. Lord, I knew I was forgetting something. A little pinch of salt. Add that, about half a teaspoon. And then some cinnamon. About one teaspoon of cinnamon. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm happy I looked back. The ingredients will be listed down below. And when you add that cinnamon to a banana bread, you can get creative, and you can add chocolate chips as well. So we're gonna add in half at a time. This is my first time baking on camera, y'all. I normally just, I just do it. This is a learning experience for me as well. Trying to teach you guys some of the recipes that I came up with. I'm gonna add in the rest. Still on 2. And what I love most about homemade banana bread is seeing that banana speckle in it. Love to see the banana speckles. I don't like to over mix with the blender, so I'll do some by hand just to make sure that we didn't miss any of those clumps of flour and pieces of banana down to the bottom. So we're gonna do mini loaves today. And I have 3 mini loaf pans that don't need to be sprayed, but I have to spray them. I'm gonna fill them about halfway. And like I said, you could be fancy and you can put chocolate chips in here. You can put some coconut shreds if you want to. And these are perfect to give away, especially because it is the holiday season. So once you bake these, let them cool down. You can put them in some, cellophane wrap. Put a nice little bow. Perfect Christmas gift to give out to somebody in the office. You can take it to your in-laws or your friend's house for Christmas. You're having a holiday party or office party. Perfect thing to do. And then, just to show y'all, I think y'all can see it, what it looks like. You can also take you some old-fashioned oats, a little bit of pecans, a little bit of nuts or something, and you can sprinkle it on top along with some cinnamon sugar. And we're putting these in the oven at 350 for about 38 minutes or so. The cooking time will be listed at the bottom as well. And because we do have a leftover batter, we're gonna go ahead and make a traditional loaf anyway. Now this traditional loaf, because it's in a bigger pan, it does tend to take about 55 minutes to an hour to bake. So please be mindful with that if you are going to do it in a bigger container. And I will see you guys back in a few. So welcome back, y'all. It's been about 45 to 50 minutes that the banana breads were in the oven. Let's just check them for doneness. Normal people have toothpicks. For some reason, I just don't buy them. But coming out clean. And keep in mind that our bigger loaf is still in the oven. Ooh. That's funny. Now, for the sake of time, don't do what I do. Don't do this. Let it come to room temperature before you slice into it. But again, for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what it looks like on the inside. Take it, turn it out, comes out beautifully. It's a little hot, so it'll work a little fast. Take a serrated knife, something like this, something with ridges. Just go cut. Ooh, cut like butter, y'all. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Perfectly tender, moist, ooh, hot banana bread. See that? But again, let it cool. Because when you let it cool, it comes to temperature. You can taste all that good banana-y flavor. And they're always better about 24 hours later anyway. But put your little butter on it. You really taste that cinnamon. Don't mind what I got going on in the background. I still gotta eat dinner. Ooh, it's so good. It's so warm. Again, let it come to room temperature. These are perfect size to wrap up in your cellophane paper or parchment paper or whatever paper you want to put in a baking bag. You can give these away, or you can just make them with your loved ones this holiday season. As always, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week.